Hi, I'm Dawn Ramsden, licensed massage therapist with Wholistic Healing Experiences, where we help you have solutions for your mind, body, and spirit, so you can move better, feel better, and live better. Today I want to talk about how we help kids with anxiety and focus issues. So I don't know if you're like me, but as a parent in this COVID era with online schooling, in-person schooling, hybrid schooling, all these things, I think it's fair to say everybody's stressed this year to begin with all these changes on top of normal neurological function. We know our kids, my kids are 5th and 6th grade this year, but this is the generation that grew up with iPod touches and edutainment, right? Anybody do edutainment? I know I have. So anyway, a couple of years ago, I found out about this amazing technology that helps to balance brain function. And when I first learned about it, I was thinking in terms of brain injury and kind of helping to heal and repair trauma in the brain. And I didn't realize that it magically, in that balancing, not only was it going to improve those lower functioning areas, what it also means to balance is it's going to calm down those over-functioning areas. So when we're talking in terms of neurological function and dysregulation, that means the brain is just going so fast, right? Your conscious and subconscious is figuring out all the 200 ways you're going to combust and blow up into flames. Or, for your kids, they're just so creative or thinking about things and whatever that they're not being present. And you say, hey, could you go XYZ? And then it takes them forever to do it. And they're just walking around in circles, and that's focus problem, right? So, anyway, I've just been so excited this year seeing this, using this firsthand, and I want to reach more people. So I want to share a little bit about how VoxxLife products can help our kids. And of course, like everybody with a brain can use, who cannot use some optimized brain function? So I'm actually wearing one of the items right now, a sleeve. These are brand new offerings that we have. It's a cognitive boosting pattern, and so both of my kids are getting these new sleeves. In fact, I'm waiting on the next order because it's funny, I ordered like 2 things, but anyway, they came at 2 different times. So one kid got one today, the other one's waiting. But what this does, there's a pattern on the inside, which I'll roll up the sleeve, and I don't know, it's a very subtle pattern, so you can kind of see the shiny parts here. But what happens is Jay Dollywall, the founder of VoxxLife and eSmarter, he spent years doing these complicated math formulas, figuring out brain frequencies, regulatory frequencies in the brain, and what pattern of touch would send signals to the brain to create these balance like the regulatory frequency does. So diagnostic tools like QEEG machines that measure brain function. A lot of these things are used for us to test the results, and I've actually had that too, so if you want to chat more about that later, we can do that. But when I realized that it can also calm the brain function, I realized this would be great for my kiddo with anxiety and OCD. So we started with socks, and this is what the socks look like for kids, depending on what size. This is an extra small, so this will do youth 1 to 3, give or take. You could probably, have some kids with a smaller foot that could wear it. But the thing with socks is you really need multiple pairs, because you wear them 1 day or 2, and then they end up in the laundry, and then, it's not consistent. And the thing with the pattern is it's only going to balance your brain if it's on your body. So I heard about this other tip where people were using this thin insole. It's called a Bella, and it has the pattern right here, but it's also this like spongy, flexible, like a consistent material where you can cut the toes and the heel, and then you don't want to cut the pattern part, but if you had a trim like right here, that's not a big deal. But you can cut these to fit your kids' shoes. So once I did that, my 3rd grader was really struggling at the time with following directions and making sure that he was doing what he was supposed to do for his homework. And spelling, every Friday you got those spelling tests. Like, how many of you out there love that, helping them study? Well, one of the things is with this optimized function is that information flow network and some of those other attention networks, coherence, some of these other networks in the brain that are vital for learning, those are optimized. So now my third grader who is trying to memorize how to spell certain words is doing it better, and he's able to recall it better. And so immediately that first week of the insoles, not just like the socks here and there, he went from making 30s and 40s to 80s and 90s. And an added bonus, if you have kids with anxiety, then they get motion sick every time you get in the car, right? And you may not have a formal anxiety diagnosis, but you may have a kid that's just like their belly hurts all the time, or their head hurts, and they're really hesitant to go into certain spaces or do certain things, and that's how anxiety is presenting for them. Or maybe they have a hard time going to sleep because their brain just will not shut off. Guess what? They can sleep in the socks. So anyway, I just want to encourage you. The company backs everything with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So if you want to see what it's going to do for your kiddo, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So the thin insoles would be a recommendation that I have. The extra small socks are the mini cruise. And then I want to show you a couple things that my boys love. So they both love these graphic socks. How fun are these? It's like a little comic thing, and it says wham and boom and pow, and this is what it looks like outside the box. This is a brand new one of the brand new designs, but it's so colorful and fun, and it's really comfortable. It's made of cotton, and the bottom is padded, has a little extra cushioning on the bottom, so it's super comfortable for kids just wearing socks around the house. So if I notice that my boys are kind of running around and they're really anxious and kind of picking with each other, and and they're not responding and having zero self-control, granted, when they have Halloween candy with artificial colors, it's pretty much all bets are off at that point. Socks or no socks, it's gonna be crazy in your house. But on those other times when they're kind of, they're not settling into focus on that Zoom or whatever, I'll check their feet and check their arm. It's like, where's your tech? Go put your box socks on, go get your sleeve, and let's do the best we can to give your brain optimized function so you can focus and learn better. So the other thing is, in the car, our first road trip when we did the insoles, we were going through the mountains and we anticipated motion sickness and having to stop like we usually do. We didn't have to do that at all. And we went from Colorado to California and back, and he didn't have to stop once. So that's when I realized, oh, this is awesome. I haven't seen a QEEG to see how the brain is balanced for him, but I did notice in how it presented where he didn't have that motion sickness. So, and I've been able to help a few other people with that as well. This is the other, they love the Christmas socks. These are ones that we offer. There's different holiday varieties, and every few months the company will drop new designs because fashion's changing, right? And so we're keeping up with that. But these are the cute little snowflake design for Christmas, and you can see that red pattern in the bottom there. That's the pattern that's doing the magic. And then this is what my 12-year-old really loves. He loves these ankle socks. This is called a no-show. And if you have a child who's in sports and needs athletic socks, these are amazing. They are seamless, so they don't bunch, and they are moisture wicking. So here we have a lot of people who do marathons and such, and I had feedback from a client who ran up a 14,000 foot mountain, and she said, I will never run in a different sock. This was great. My foot didn't hurt at all. I didn't feel any sweat on my feet, and I didn't feel any of the seams rubbing my toes. So that's the Stasis sock. And the thing that blows me away with all of this is, like the affordability. The insoles that I got, the one pair of insoles and put in his shoes, $45. And I can tell you, with insurance copays and going to therapy and things like that, you go to that one visit and then your money's like, it's one and done. This is a good return on investment. The one item, you wear it, wash it, whatever, you do have to replace it in a couple, in a couple months, but imagine what life would look like for your kid with optimized brain function. Imagine what it would feel like for that kid like mine making 30s and 40s to come home with those 80s and 90s on their paper. You know, just imagine that kid who's having trouble making friends in school. If their brain is optimized and they can be more relaxed, what would that look like for them to interact with other kids? We hear these stories time and time again, and if you want to be connected to the testimonial group to connect with other parents and share information about, you know, what it's done for their kids, there's a lot of testimonials and some videos and stuff. So anyway, I just encourage you to consider trying this for your kid. You got a money back guarantee to risk-free to try for 30 days. If that's you and you want to try this and you said yes, you heard me talk about my kids and stuff and you're like, yes, take my money, give me a truck, like back a truckload of these up to my house because I need them and so do all my friends, then let's connect and I can share with you how to get these for yourself and help your friends. Thanks so much. You can connect with me at betterbrainfunctionnow.com.